to Susannah's Kitchen. I hope you're doing really well. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new here, then I make everything using the Ninja Foodi. I've got the 15-in-1 model, but if you've got the function, you can make it. So that's models, you know, from 9, 11, 14 upwards, you know. These recipes are really versatile and they're easy to make, and that's the key thing. I don't make anything too complicated, but of course we make delicious family food here. So this is my Chinese peanut chicken, and we're doing this with veggie noodles. So we're getting loads of veg in. It's January. Everyone's probably still on a bit of a health kick. Maybe it's your New Year's resolution, but this is absolutely delicious and packed full of lots of colourful food, which is always good. I really hope you enjoy the recipe. If you do, don't forget to hit that like button for me because it really helps my channel. And also, if you are new here, then don't forget to subscribe down below. It's free to do so. Turn on that notification bell and then YouTube will let you know when I upload my next video. And lastly, if you want anything from my website, then that is www.susannaskitchen.uk. Still running an offer until the end of the month on the subscription, on the recipe subscription, which is code SK2SALE, and that will give you 20% off, and that brings it down to like £2 a month. It is so cheap, and then you can print off any of my recipes. There's currently over 250 on there at the moment, and I'm adding all the time, so I'm sure that'll be up to 300 very shortly. So let's get cooking, let's get into today's video. Now I think this is quite an interesting recipe because basically it's something different that I have not done before. So of course we're using the Ninja Foodi, and I've got in here 2 chicken breasts, half an onion, skin on, just chopped up. We've got a kind of chunk of ginger, maybe like an inch piece. And then you can either use a garlic clove or you can use some garlic puree like I have. We're going to be what I'm going to call poaching this chicken. We're going to put it under pressure. All these extras are just for flavour for this chicken. It's going to taste so good. So into that, I've got 500 millilitres of boiling water. Literally, I've just boiled the kettle. It's hot. Let's get the lid down. Make sure your pressure valve is on seal and slide across to pressure cook. I want a quick release on this, 10 minutes on high. So I've done a little bit of prep off camera. I have spiralised 2 courgettes, you can probably see those there, and 2 carrots as well. To this bowl, I've added some edamame beans, and these are frozen ones, so I've got them out. I'm just letting them defrost slightly. Couple of spring onions, they're chopped, and we've got 100 grams of bean sprouts as well. So if you're trying to get a good amount of veg in your diet at the moment, this is probably the dish for you. So this is the spiralizer that I've just used. I mean, I've had this for such a long time. It was probably an Amazon one. Your bigger veg, you can put through that, and the smaller veg through this one. It's pretty good for a handheld one. It was inexpensive. Obviously, you can get some really good gadgets for this, but this one definitely does the job. Now let's make our sauce ready. So we've got that chicken cooking. That is poaching, or I'm calling it poaching. And then we want to sear and saute the vegetables because I don't want those raw. Some people might like them raw, so it's up to you really. You could leave them raw, but I like to definitely cook those out a little bit. We're going to shred the chicken, and then the veg and the sauce is all going to go together. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. So let's start with some soy sauce. We want 1.5 tablespoons. This is for 2 people, by the way. We want the same again of sweet chili sauce. This is a new one. I need to open this. 1 sec. There you go. Didn't take a second. So again, 1.5-ish. I'm not always that accurate. It doesn't matter too much. Then we want sesame oil, which I adore. It gives such a great flavour to these types of dishes. A tablespoon, so actually quite a lot in this recipe. Then chili flakes are optional, but I've got to have a few. I don't want too much. A little bit less. Give it a little kick. If you don't want to use chili flakes, you can use fresh chili in it if you prefer. Okay, here comes the peanut butter. This absolutely huge pot of it. And I want 2 tablespoons. Okay, so there's plenty of peanut butter in there. And you want to go with like a whole nut unsweetened one. I've got this smooth one by Meridian. That's lasted me ages. And now we want the zest and a juice of half a lime. And let's pour that in. Chicken is now on its quick release. So we'll be able to remove that in a moment. Wow. As that is releasing, that smells absolutely gorgeous because it's got that garlic and ginger. I forgot to mention I added salt and pepper to it as well. And then what else did we have in there? Onion, didn't we? So yeah, that smells so good as that releases. Should be ready to open in a moment. There you go. We can open already. So all I'm going to do is grab the chicken out of the stock, shredding nicely. That looks good. So I've emptied the liquid and the onion and bits and pieces we had in there. We're on sear and saute, and I've got a little bit of oil in the bottom there, not a lot. So I mainly want to add the edamame beans first because they were frozen. Obviously I am grabbing some other bits and pieces as I'm getting those out of the bowl, but that doesn't really matter. Could have kept them separate, couldn't I, really? Just because they're going to need that little bit more heat than anything else, just to make sure that they are defrosted. I have the sear and saute on high, so level 5. Just give those a toss around to start defrosting those fully, and then we want to just wilt down our vegetables. Let's get in the rest of our veg. Now you can see that spiralized vegetables a little bit better. And that's why we want the high sear and saute. You can most definitely eat this raw if you want to, but I definitely like to cook mine down a little bit first. So just take these to a point where you are happy with the texture. For me, they are wilted down enough. So now I need to scrape in all of my sauce that I have mixed together. Oh, I've had a little taste of this. It's incredible. Those flavors work so well together. That is so nice. And I don't even like peanut butter. Like, I'd never eat peanut butter on toast. But like this, it's so good. Stir that through. Turn off your sear and saute. All that flavour in there. Add all your chicken. Lovely. Give that a stir through those noodles, or veggie noodles should I say, and the sauce, and it's ready to serve. I've served it with some chopped peanuts on the top and a little wedge of lime. Absolutely delicious and so healthy and packed full of so many different vegetables.